guys, how's it going? So today we are going to be taking some chicken testicles and we are going to be making real chicken nuggets. Now some of you might be like, oh, that's kind of gross, that's kind of creepy, that's kind of ew. I'm not there yet. I can't do it. But David loves them. He says that they remind him of the texture of a scallop. You know, kind of chewy. When I've eaten scallops, they remind me of like a chunk of kind of like crab legs. So he says that it's very similar in texture. Like, again, depending on how I cook it, because I've done them in soups, I've done them like making the chicken nuggets. And he seems to think and believe that they've got a very mild chicken flavor to them. And so the whole idea behind this is we put a lot of work into our animals. We want to make sure that everything we can possibly use off those animals, you know, we utilize them. Even so far as to the heads, stuff that you typically wouldn't consume, we freeze dry those, and then those become treats for our grand dogs. We break out with those, and those dogs go crazy over that kind of stuff. By the time we're done processing our chickens, we have we have feathers left. That's it. Everything else, we utilize it either for our own consumption, doggy treats, or we will boil down whatever is left. Although, let me take that back. I do take out the bioduct, or the biosac. That's the only thing that we don't utilize with the animals. Everything else, guys, we utilize it. All of the entrails, everything else that is left, whatever we're not going to eat, gets thrown into a big pot outside. We boil it, and then we run it through Vitamix, so it literally makes like a slurry, and then we use that for our animals. It's loaded with calcium from the bones, all the minerals, whatever they're going to get out of whatever's left from the insides, any extra meat that would be on there, the feet even, although the feet I will clean those up and make a broth out of those. So really there's not much that's left by the time we're done putting our animals in the freezer. And that's the way it should be. You know, if you're going to be a farmer, a homesteader, that kind of stuff, you know, it's the goal is to utilize as much as we possibly can. So anyways, enough yakety yak. Let's get down to making some real chicken nuggets. So what you're going to see here, let me turn my other camera on so that you guys can get that part of it. All right, so what we have here are some freshly harvested. I'm going to wear the gloves just today so that it's easier to keep my hands clean. But you'll see on here, there's little string pieces, there's little attached, you know, just things that are on there. We just cut those off, and that goes, we just clean those pieces off. And you're left with a nice little nugget. Put that in my compost pile. So I've gone through and I've done most of these already. I just wanted you to, I'm going to take my glove off because I think that noise is going to drive me nuts. All right, so I'm going to take these and I'm going to just, any of these little pieces that are on there, I'm just going to cut that off. And they're not going to hurt you if you eat them. I don't know. That's the way, I just want to take those off. All right, there's one. Oh, there's a couple stuck together there. So all we're going to do is just remove that. These scissors suck. So what I'm going to do here is just remove any extra bits and bobs that don't belong there. All right, that's what you're left with. Perfect little nugget size. These, you don't even have to soak them. You don't even have to soak these in milk or anything like that. There's not a real strong, from my understanding, there's not a real strong flavor to these. All right, so let's get going with what we do next. One of the things that I found really interesting about the turkey nugget or the chicken nuggets was the fact that they're a great source of zinc, iron, magnesium, vitamin B. They cook really quick. They're often used in Chinese cooking. I've seen them when I've looked at recipes in stir fries. We had actually heard somebody else say that they use them, and I'm like, yeah, no. And she said, why? Ooh, yuck, gross. Have you ever had them? And I said, no. I'm just not there. But David that man will eat anything. And so he tried them, and he was like, they're great. And so it gave us the opportunity to be able to say, you know, when we put a bird in the freezer, we are putting everything in the freezer, including the nuggets. All right, so let's get going here on mixing up this recipe that I have for the coating. I'm using a recipe that is gluten-free. If you don't have an issue with gluten, then you can go ahead and use your panko crumbs or whatever you want to use in here. I'm substituting the panko crumbs for pork rinds that are ground up. The recipe calls for 1 cup. Calls for 1/4 cup of almond flour. If you do not need, again, a gluten-free recipe, you can swap this out for a flour, cornmeal, whatever you're going to use in yours, you just substitute that out. It calls for a teaspoon of almond, a teaspoon of garlic powder, a teaspoon of onion powder, a teaspoon of paprika. I use nutritional yeast in there because I want the vitamin B's, and then I want the extra flavor too. I love the flavor of nutritional yeast. Again, you don't have to use that. Redmond sea salt. If you don't have Redmond's, you can use whatever salt of your choice. And pepper. If you don't like pepper, you don't have to put pepper in there. If there's an allergy to any of the spices or anything like that, just don't put them in there. If you have a favorite coating for your regular chicken nuggets or whatever you're going to put as a base, go ahead and just use that. It's really flexible with this. All we're going to do is just kind of mix it up a little bit. We've done this before where we've added Parmesan cheese to this. Oh man, amazing. This is a pretty basic recipe too. So for anything that I'm going to make a coating on, I'll use this base recipe. And again, if I want it spicy, you know, I'll add a little bit of hot pepper to it. All right, we're going to set that aside. And what we're going to do is we're going to take 3 eggs. We're going to scramble those up. Look at how beautiful those farm eggs are. You guys will notice too that these eggs are pretty orange. The birds had gotten some peppers this week out of our freezer. I was trying to make some room for some meat coming in. We've got a cow coming in and I need space. So I gave the birds a bunch of the peppers, and you can see it. You see those eggs? Look at how beautiful those are. We have some happy hens. am going to be using my air fryer for frying up the nuggets. And I'm also going to be using, let me show you this cute little jar David got me. The bacon, look at this, it's cute. So any of the extra bacon grease goes in here. There's a little, I just washed it, but there's a filter that goes down on the inside here and filters out the little bits and bobs that are in your bacon grease when you're done in here. There's no need to soak these either. You just kind of let them get a little bit of the egg wash on there. There you go. Once I've got a couple in there, I'm just going to take my spoon and just coat them. You could do this too, like you do the shake and bake type bags. Heck, these would probably even be good with shake and bake on there. Alright, so once they're covered, I do use my spoon to kind of help me kind of get them out. There you go. And then I just place them in the air fryer. The nice thing about these guys is you can actually take these, make them ahead, throw them in the freezer, and then when you want a quick chicken nugget dinner, you just pull them out. Look at that nugget. There you go. We are going to pop these in the air fryer at 375 degrees. We're going to check them in 10 to 15 minutes. So what do you think, guys? Weird? Cool? All right, dear, are you ready?
Yep.
Do you know what we're having for dinner?
Nope.
Chicken nuggets.
Yeah.
You want to know what kind of chicken nuggets they are?
Okay, nuggets.
They're rooster nuggets.
Yeah.
You'll love them. You've had them before.
Huh?
Yep. Can I see the inside of it?
It tastes like chicken nuggets.
It tastes like chicken nuggets? I don't know. It looks like a chicken nugget to me. All right, guys, there you go. There is how you make chicken nuggets, real chicken nuggets. I hope what this does is it encourages you to first, I should take my own medicine here, try new things. But the bigger thing is utilizing as much as possible with our animals. If you're not in a spot where you can use everything or as much as you can like this, you can dehydrate these, you could freeze dry these, they could be fed raw to your dog, your cat. I'm trying to think what other animal would eat it. You could feed them to your animals. You can offer them up to a neighbor that might feed their animals raw. Anything that we can do to make sure that we're maximizing everything possible out of our animals, right? All right, guys, so until next time, keep on keeping on.